Yeah, man. So, alright. Man, I'm having a tough time with this little broadcast. Um, alright, so look. I just had I just had to walk out of my job. My battery's going dead. Look how high that is. Look how high that is. And I'm gonna talk about it as soon as they turn it off. 340. I think that was the high number I saw, 341. So I'm waiting on Gang Stalker Marcus from Howard Circle. Him and his older brother, and there's three of them. There's three guys right now that's been on live stream doing their broadcast. So I'm waiting on them to turn that off. Now look at the difference. Almost 100 difference. And this is the highest that I've had to deal with lately that I know about. It's extremely high. And okay, they turned it off right there. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about it. Let me. All right, so I was literally like about to fall out asleep, just standing up, just about to fall asleep at work at my job. What I'm starting to realize is that when they turn the broadcast up really high, a lot of people say they'll put you into like a sleep spell or something like that, and I'm fairly certain, okay, and this is still just a theoretical thing, okay. Like I tell you, if I know something for sure, I'll tell you for sure. Like the other things that I talk about I'm very certain of those things. But as far as that situation, this is still theoretical. But when they turn the broadcast up, when they're connected to you, okay, and they're being you, so it's like they're broadcasting as you. So basically what they're doing is they'll do some kind of EMF broadcast video, and it'll have something to do with you. It's not that your human self is in that video. Your broadcast, like a hologram of you, is going to be in that video. And so when they do that, though, they can live as you, as your broadcast, and somehow that has some sort of connection to us as a human. You hear a lot of targeted people talk about how they'll put you into like a sleep state, a sleep spell or whatever. Like they knocked me out. People are like, they knocked me out. And I feel like I'm about to be knocked out. While I was in my job, it's a little better now, but you see that it was an extremely high broadcast, over 340. And I could feel that. I could feel that really, really making me very sleepy. The torture attacks have been very violent since I've been at work. These guys, they look. Saturday, I had some things to do that I went out somewhere, and then Sunday I did something else. I don't want to go into every detail about everything I do, but there was gang stalkers that were very interested in being connected to me at that time, not necessarily broadcasting as me, but connecting to me like they're living as me, like my human self. Like when I say they're broadcasting as me, that means like say Marcus over here, and that's who it is, Marcus and and these other two guys, at least two, it's at least three of them total right now. I think there's more like 4 or 5 of them that live there and do this on the regular. But when they're broadcasting as me as a hologram, it's like they're making some kind of video that has something, like they might make some kind of video, a gay porn or something like that, when knowing you're not gay, but they want to put out that video for their live stream of broadcast. So EMF video doesn't even have to be humans. It could just be broadcast only. Okay, so, and they can make whatever they want to, basically, and they can broadcast as who they want to. But when they broadcast as you, it has a profound effect on your physical state. Just like I say, when they broadcast themselves, and when they go on broadcast and they're living as a hologram, how it puts them into that catatonic sleep state. They call it being catatonic, that subconscious sleep state where their physical body just lays there sleeping. I imagine it's much more intense for them, because they're wearing the mind control headset, which is like EMF, emits EMF and at an amplified level. So what I'm receiving is just analog. I don't have an amplifier headset on, so I imagine it's much more intense for them. So as much as I felt like just falling over and falling asleep right then, I can understand how it would put them into a sleep state when they broadcast. And but that's what they do a lot of times. They'll broadcast as a hologram. But that's when they attack humans. They can attack humans with that. Like they've been violently attacking me for the last, I don't know, 4 hours. For the last 4 hours, it's been a violent torture session. They've been attacking my genitals really bad today, the last 4 hours. My eardrums, my eyeballs, my head, my abdomen, even my heart. Attempted murder, all kinds of intent with all this stuff. I believe they've been doing broadcast rape type sexual assault scenarios. It's been all about all kinds of stuff. It's been all about broadcast for the last 4 hours. Like I said, I went out a couple places I went to this weekend that were very interesting to them. So a lot of other gang stalkers were accessing my neural monitoring that aren't usually on the day-to-day. So like I talk about, when that happens, these guys, these normal guys from over here on Howard Circle, the day-to-day guys, they're not allowed, because they didn't put me on neural monitoring. Somebody else did. All right, and that person allows them to access my neural monitoring to do live streams, and they've got some kind of deal worked out, okay? And the objective is torture and murder. But whenever everybody else is on my channel, then they don't get to do all of this torture stuff and their usual torture live streams. So so Saturday and Sunday, now it's Monday morning basically, they had to wait a couple days. And so it's like this all the time, because I can always go out on the weekends. I do other things on the weekends, and so they don't get to do their torture sessions. And so as soon as that's over with and I go like back to work and the week starts again, oh, they're so happy, they get so excited. They couldn't even wait until as soon as I pulled up at my job, I couldn't even get out the car before they started torturing me. I put out a video of it where the broadcast was turned on. It was like 120 or something like that, somewhere around that. And I put that out on YouTube earlier. They can't even wait till I get out the damn car. But they're so excited. And you could sense it. You could hear it in their voices. They get all kinds of excited to be able to do this type of live stream where they start to torture me. I know who put me on remote neural monitoring. I know who the gang stalkers are that are doing this torture and all of these live streams and all this stuff. I know how it works. I know where they live. I know a lot of other gang stalkers that are involved. I know how they access the stuff and what they use, and really, basically, I just need to figure out how to get onto that site myself, and maybe grab a hold of one of these mind control headsets, and then we could shut these type of horrible terrorist people down. Since the governments and the police and nobody else ain't gonna do it, we're gonna have to do it ourselves. These people are waging war against us, and personally, I'm not letting them have my life.